It's a great pleasure to start my speech and share my findings concerning very sophisticated and very well-prepared information campaign which comes from Daesh. I am sure everyone on this hall knows that we are facing not only in Europe, not only in the United States or in the Middle East, but globally, very well-prepared and at the same time very efficient campaign which target audiences in our countries. Please share my thoughts about the name, because from strategic point of view, we try to think if the name has really meaning. Because since the beginning of our conference, I heard the name like Daesh, I heard ISIL, ISIS, I heard Islamic State. I haven't heard the state of the Caliphate because probably the reason is we are not the target audience for them, and that's why they are using this particular name in the Middle East. But let's think if the name is really important from strategic point of view. And I had many times discussion about it, and there are two groups. One says it doesn't matter actually which name is used because Daesh is only abbreviation and it has the same meaning actually like Islamic State. And it's better to use, because this is kind of brand, it's better to use what is well known by people just to not confuse them. But from the strategic point of view and from the perception, it really does. Because, you know, I'm not going to be a part of their information campaign. I'm not going to confirm that there is a real state at the same level like Poland, Germany, Italy, and so on. It's not a country. It's a terrorist organization, and you have to know about it. Based on qualitative and quantitative research, which we did in Center recently, we check only two names, actually. We check Daesh, and we check the state of the Caliphate. And mainly, Daesh were used by opponents, and state of the Caliphate were used by supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, I think everybody knows Daesh hadn't started when so-called Caliphate was announced on 29 June 2014. It was much earlier. The group originated as Jama al-Tawahid wal-Jihad in 1999, which pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda in 2004, and joined Iraqi insurgency. In January 2006, it joined other Sunni insurgent group and formed Mujahideen Shura Council, which in October 2006 proclaimed the formation of the Islamic State of Iraq. In 2013, just to underline and emphasize their effectiveness and achievements on the field, they changed name into the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, which means much broader region. And as you know, on 29 June 2014, the organization proclaimed itself to be a worldwide caliphate and finally changed name into the Islamic State. Let's think through almost 60 years of operation, the members of the organization were able to think, is it really important to fight for hearts and minds of people? And they were able to follow official information campaign against insurgency in Iraq, which was done by Iraqi and which was done by multinational forces when we were deployed there. This map covering both Iraq and Syria and shows the extent of Daesh zones of control, attack, and support throughout both countries. The ongoing military campaign in this region is globally supported by information campaign. Based on the Institute of Study of War Research, we can see Daesh is going to focus on central Iraq with concentration on capital, and also they are going to focus on northern Syria. Besides the Iraq and Syria, of course, they have supporters. The effective information campaign resulted pledging allegiance from many other organizations all over the world. Based on the research, till now, 25 organizations have already pledged allegiance, and other 10 offered support. So it means they are used to extend this organization not only in involvement of the terrorist attack, but as an amplifier of information campaign. Of course, the effectiveness of the organization has its root in organizational structure divided into councils and departments. Of course, from strategic point of view, the most important for spreading messages, media council. But we have to remember that effective information campaign wouldn't be possible if other members of that organization wouldn't take part of campaign. So it means, for instance, intelligence council can collect information, can deliver data about adversaries, can deliver data about supporters, about information environment. Like Foreign Fighters Council, there are guys who are responsible for newcomers just to show their importance, and so on and so forth. So basically said, every member of the organization is part of the strategic communication. Of course, Daesh recognized the value of media in spreading its political and Salafi ideology. Based on the products in the campaign, we can easily recognize Daesh media are responsible for production and distribution, main message of the organization. Daesh, in its global strategy, knows the importance of global audience, and that's why almost every product which direct different target audiences is prepared in a native language or has subtitles. Besides the media which I mentioned, which are the mainstream media, Daesh mainstream media operating at a strategic level, they know the importance of the media which are operational at the operational and tactical level, which basically means province and countries. Based on the information gained by different persons from the region, the Media Council works on products which touch problems of people who live in different parts of Iraq, Syria, or even in different countries. Good knowledge about needs, about beliefs, and worries let the organization prepare products which, based on general guidance of the terrorist organization, of course, are part of information campaign and help to achieve desired effect at the strategic level. This map shows how media are distributed. Of course, it doesn't mean that they have offices over there. They have people who are the main part of information campaign. People can deliver message, people can influence people, people can send information, which will be useful for ongoing information campaign. The same is with Syria. They have a kind of brand. They have their sign, and you can recognize easily which part of these both countries are part of information campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, in Daesh information strategy narration, based on our research in the center, we can divide narration into three parts. First represents political aspiration of being real country for some states. The organization is claiming the Caliph is successor to Muhammad, has true vision of caliphate, and this is the place where every true Muslim can live in peace and be supported by the state. But who is a true Muslim? That's the question. Second messaging is about religious issues. It's a very powerful message. In this case, Daesh is claiming clashes between Muslim and other religion apostates, disbelievers, according to them, and secular world. The organization emphasizes in its global military engagement in order to defend true Islam, underlining fact everyone who is against the caliphate will be soon defeated. And the third, and I think the most dangerous for us, is the last narrative connected with social issue. The organization knows very well this particular narrative can be used in order to influence youngsters in our countries, who feel neglected or unappreciated. Using this type of message, they are extremely effective in targeting even those who are not radicalized, wants to live in a different way, and at the same time to have a sort of adventure. As almost every campaign, either civilian or military, the Daesh Information Campaign has short and long-term objective. If we consider the announcement of the caliphate on 29 June last year as a triggering point in this particular case, this short-term objective was achieved and was a tremendous step in the overall information campaign. The next objectives, which are ongoing right now and are more or less connected with regional aspiration and aiming an external threat to the organization, and at the same time are focused on defending internal adversaries. As an end state, the organization wants to fulfill the prophecy, according to them, about the caliphate all over the world. Of course, beside this narration, we can recognize their line of efforts. First line is looking for support, of course, either personal or financial or military. Second line of effort wants to unite Sunnis in their military engagement and information warfare. The third line wants to frighten all adversaries. And the last one, to inform widely about organization effectiveness and achievements. From influence and informed perspective, Daesh Information Campaign currently is aiming, as you know, global population. But they cannot do it by one product. They refine every target audience and prepare specific products in order to influence. For each line of effort, based on desired effects, we can observe various and very well-selected target audiences who are constantly refined during, as I said, Daesh analytical process. Based on needs, motivation, vulnerabilities, campaign is targeting Western society, Muslim community, youngsters, children, game players, prisoners, virtual recruiters, religious minorities, etc. Targeting specific audience in each part of the information campaign let the organization be very effective and achieve desired behavior in response to a specific information and propaganda activities. Ladies and gentlemen, in this particular terrorist organization strategy, Daesh integrates the employment of range capabilities, tools, and techniques to conduct, inform, and influence activities, as well as protect its own members and capabilities from external adversaries. All of this, what you see on the picture, has incredible impact on overall information campaign effectiveness. That's all I have. I hope to have good discussion during question and answer session.